Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ELMA DIANA. I'm from English Education Department, Faculty of Tarbiyah, and I will describe both the city and the village. And this assignment to collect the final semester exam, speaking for everyday communication. In my opinion, between picture A and picture B have many differences. In picture A is a scene in the village, which is very quiet, peaceful, and not afraid of traffic jams. In the village, also we still get beautiful views with many trees and that are still green and still a lot of grass. Even though it is difficult in the village to get a signal, we can still access the internet even though the network is very slow. However, in picture B is a picture that shows the crowded and very crowded life in the city. Life in the city tends to be more congested with the large population in the city, even though there are many residents in the village. The village has never experienced traffic jams and it was difficult to drive. In the city will always be crowded all time, from morning to the morning again. Even sometimes at night, the streets of the city are still crowded with residents. It is rare to find beautiful trees and quiet, comfortable and beautiful views in urban areas. In the city, more residents use private vehicles, causing traffic jams on the streets. Even so, the city residents also feel unrest because the weather in the city will automatically to be hotter and tight. In contrast to the village, the air will be cooler than in the city. But sadly, there are advantages and disadvantages that exist in the village. We will discuss one by one, okay? First, I will discuss the circumstances in the village. There are several advantages to living in the village. One of the advantages is that in our village, it is easier to see the beauty of nature. We will feel more relaxed and comfortable when living in the village, especially for someone who does not like crowded. Then in the village, we will not feel tired of the density of the road or commonly called congestion on the road, in contrast to the city. However, there are also shortcomings in living in the village, one of which is for people who have education or habits in the city that are always all around internet. That's suitable for living in the village because in the village tends to be difficult to get an internet connection. Although there is, but it is more difficult to access than in the city. And one of the other deficiencies in the village will be more difficult to get the complete daily needs, unlike in the city. And secondly, I will discuss the strike in the city. As I talked about earlier, in our city, it will be easy to access an internet connection, especially for workers who need an internet connection. They will easily get it in urban areas. And one of the other advantages is that in the city, it will be easy to get daily necessities because in the city there are more supermarkets, and supermarkets are shops that sell in full than in the village. While the shortcomings in the city are in the city very crowded, especially when in the afternoon, when the city residents come home from work and schools, so the streets are not empty and there is a lot of pollution from the smoke of the vehicles. And then the last, I think, if I choose, I will choose to live in city, but who still have green rice fields, and the natural atmosphere is still here. So eventually, on the highway, I feel difficulties on the way, but I will still feel the coolness in the area of the house that still has the atmosphere in the village. Okay, and the last, I will tell you about my place of residence. I live in the city, precisely in Malang, and the university area. My house can be called the center point of university in Malang and center point of the mall in the Malang. However, my house even though in the city, I live in a village that is not too crowded with the streets, and my house there is still an atmosphere like in a village with a river and rice fields, and there are still many trees around it. And last, in my opinion, I prefer to live in a historical city that is really old because we can feel the atmosphere of antiquity. Thanks for watching, and I'm sorry if I have mistake from my assignment. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.